Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my SDCC 2025 announcements impressions. So, there's a lot of different kind of things that we're going to be going over here. Now, let's see here. This one came before it though, but I thought I would include this in here. We are getting Sam and Dean Hit the Road Again in Supernatural comic launching October of 2025. I am going to attempt to look into this. Let's see here. This is going to be set between seasons 1 and 2. Let's see. They'll be facing a disturbing new threat in small town America. One that's torching a Rust Belt town factory by factory, leaving workers in flames, and a sketchy CEO who's suspiciously ahead of the chaos. It will be penned by Greg Pak, with art by Eder Messias. Yep. His partner on Sam Wilson, Captain America. And I like that kind of team up. So we'll see how this kind of works out here. Let's see. Pack promises a return to the emotional monster-packed mix that made the show a fan favorite. Okay, that sounds good. A couple of dudes in a cool car chasing monsters, demons, and ghosts. I'm all in, he said. We're going for fun and grounded, and then we're going to absolutely cut loose. And then this was evidently Messiah's dream job. It is by far my favorite television series, he said, recalling how Supernatural was a Saturday night staple in Brazil. I'm looking forward to bringing this story to the fans and giving it my best, which sounds pretty cool. Then we see some really cool looking cover art, using, of course, the actual actors, but this sounds pretty cool. I'm definitely going to check this out and see how it kind of works out there. I mean, it's Supernatural and it's by Dynamite, so it'll be interesting to kind of like spread out a little bit. Let's see. Let's hit some of these other ones first. We also got DC kind of talking about the KO tournament, revealed as Squid Games meets Mortal Kombat for the multiverse. Let's see. The KO stands for King Omega. The terrifying new form Darkseid has taken after absorbing the Omega essence of the Absolute Universe. Now he's targeting the core DC universe, claiming all things magic, space, and time for himself. The only way to fuel this conquest? Combat. As Joshua Williamson explained, the Heart of Darkness doesn't want to be held by anyone but Darkseid. Heroes must prove they're worthy by becoming something like him. And of course, Scott Snyder is talking about like it being Squid Game meets Mortal Kombat, but fun. As the second major beat in the Darkseid saga that all began in All-in-One Special Issue 1. Yes, Superman brings brass knuckles powered by miniature suns into battle. Have you ever been punched by the sun? Joked Williamson. That's pretty crazy. So that sounds kind of cool. It's not just about brute force, but about soul, legacy, and sacrifice. Like a wild roster of characters. Nightfall explores Batman's worst nightmare. What if the Robins all became Batman in twisted alternate universes? Ugh. Impulse Control, Flash Arc, with Chris Cantwell and Mark Waid, follows Wally West and Bart Allen in a two-lead book that pits them against a timeline-threatening Impulse plan. Legion of Darkseid continues in Superman, revealing that Superboy Prime, now something of a redeemed fanboy, is joining the Ark. Interesting. Justice League Omega acts as a bridge, teaming Time Trapper, Booster Gold, and Flash against a corrupt legion of superheroes. And Aquaman's infected as well. Host to the Blue, supercharged with Omega energy and more dangerous than ever. Absolute Universe expanding as well. And the Absolute Universe isn't ending. It will supercharge and where the fun will begin. So we'll kind of see what goes on there. That's pretty cool to get more information on that. Let's go here. And Robert Kirkman gave some updates on Invincible and Skybound projects. Let's see. Invincible being renewed for a 5th season. Talking about Matthew Rice, the Americans, voicing the reptilian villain Dinosaurus. And talking about like how they're doing other kind of stuff there. Then talked about upcoming comics, The Astounding Wolfman and Tech Jacket. Also Die 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 and Battle Pope with hardcovers. Battle Beasts. Putting a new fresh coat a coat of paint on Capes, the short-lived series about superheroes who treat crime fighting as a 9-to-5 job. That's kind of interesting there. Skinbreaker, a fantasy book that teams him up with David Finch. Let's see. Yeah, and then of course him going into the Energon universe with Transformers. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting kind of stuff going on there with like Skybound and Robert Kirkman. Let's see. We also got Rob Liefeld doing Youngblood's issue 1 and like doing up a kind of new universe thing there. Major comeback to Youngblood, writing and drawing an all-new series for the first time in 3 decades. Let me see. Relaunching Youngblood this November. Alright, so check that out. I'm not really that well versed with it, so that'll be cool to kind of learn about that. Okay, most of the other stuff now deals with Marvel, and then some other kind of stuff that I saw that kind of hit up pretty interestingly. We did get a reveal of One World Under Doom issue 9. Let's see, and the next big thing, that'll be the final issue. Let's see. Doom has confronted all of Earth's heroes in battle, and he's won. What's more, he used the magical power of Sorcerer Supreme to ensure that this victory has become a fixed moment in time, a thing that will stand forever, impervious to magic or time travel alike. But unbeknownst to Doom, in that climactic moment that can now never be changed, the seeds of Doom's downfall were all fixed for all eternity. Left with an intolerable defeat that cannot be changed, Doom makes a choice he can never undo, and the rest of the world will pay his price. It's like, oh shit, that doesn't look good. On 11.5, the story is in 2 parts, North explained. In the second part, you're kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop because there's no way he's doing what he's doing without any consequences. So in the second half, you see what's going on behind the scenes. There's some stuff coming up that I'm very excited for, he continues. I know issue 9 is the conclusion, but the issue 8 is some big stuff that I'm very excited for. Seeing another one kind of showing off others looking like the Sorcerer Supreme. So we'll see how that kind of works out. I'm like, ooh. We also got that there's Marvel's new Cosmic Order unveiled. New ongoing series spinning out of Jonathan Hickman's Imperial announced at San Diego Comic-Con, including Planet She-Hulk by Stephanie Phillips and Aaron Cooter, and Nova Centurion by Jed McKay and Alvaro Lopez, both launching in November. Now, there's other ones as well. That's a really cool Planet She-Hulk cover there, I guess. 11.5. Sakaar Party of One. She-Hulk is back and she's stuck on Sakaar. Jennifer Walters made a promise to her cousin Hulk to watch over the planet Sakaar and its people for a few days, but it's been longer than a few days, and now She-Hulk is in charge of keeping the peace on a planet at war. But Jennifer is a very different Hulk than the one that once smashed Sakaar into submission. Is she up for the task? I'm so excited, Phillips said. Working with Aaron is so exciting. It's fantastic. For Planet She-Hulk, think big Game of Thrones. Think things not always related to She-Hulk. She's ripped into a world that she's not used to, and she has to bring her own sensibilities to it when she's now facing witches, rebels, and cannibals. It's going to be great. We wanted to go big. She's got a giant sword. Please let us use it. Yeah. And Nova Centurion issue 1. Like, ooh, okay, Jed, let's see what's going on. I'm glad that some stuff is spinning out of this. Got a problem? Nova can help, for a price. With a Zendarian war mind, the sentient repository of an entire extinct people's culture and history relying on regular and expensive energy infusions, Richard Rider is for hire. A deep space drifter weighed down with the truth of the terrible lie that the new Galactic Union was built upon. Nova is a corpse of one. But how long can he keep his hands clean handling dirty money? Of course, showcasing some other stuff. December 2025, Black Panther Intergalactic, and winter 2026, Exiles and Imperial Guardians. Long live the Union, established this fall. Oh, okay. Let me see. This is a story that unites all the disparate and separate powers of the galactic portion of the Marvel Universe. The Kree, the Shi'ar, the Skrulls, and more, all in one big science fiction epic, set up in a series of Russian nesting dolls where in every issue something is pulled off and something is revealed behind the scene you just learned the last time out. It's an all-out cosmic war, Brevet shared. So that'll be kind of interesting. I'm glad that they're doing stuff with it and that it's going to lead to something there. See, This, of course, talking about the new X-Men Unleashing with issue 2s of Amazing X-Men, Expatriate X-Men, Unbreakable X-Men, Book of Revelations, Cloak or Dagger, Iron and Frost, The Last Wolverine, Laura Kinney Sabretooth, Long Shots, Omega Kids, Radioactive Spider-Man, Sinister Six, Undead Deadpool, and X-Vengers. We'll see if that works out, because that's a fucking lot of shit to go for. Let's see, boop, boop, boop. I'll hit that. Did I forget that? Nope. Sorry, I'm just trying to put my things in an order where I can find them easily. We also get Captain America battling xenomorphs. This is mainly the Nazis are pretty much trying, like the Red Skull's trying to, no, not the Red Skull, Baron Strucker, trying to find Adelan, but no, it is Red Skull too, to stop from turning them into biological weapons. So we've got Cap and the Howling Commandos trying to fuck over the Xenomorph, so that's interesting. That'll be in November. Let's see, I already did you. We also have Captain America travels back to 1776 to save the United States in a new Marvel miniseries. I was like, oh, okay, so this is pretty much going for like the 250th anniversary in 2026. It is being written by J. Michael Straczynski and featuring art from Ron Lim and Sean Damian Hill. It's a 5-issue event. I didn't like what JMS was kind of doing with the Cap series that we already... It's funny that they bring up he's the Amazing Spider-Man and Thor writer, but he also wrote Captain America as well, just recently too. I might check it out a little bit, but I have to see, because someone's pretty much... Cap assembles some heroes to ensure that the bounty of the nation stays intact, so we've got some other heroes kind of popping up and everything, so we'll see how that kind of works out. Showcasing that this is coming out in November 25th. I don't know. Not that it was like the worst Cap thing ever, but it was like not that much into it. Okay, I already talked about that. Expanded, and here, Ultimate Spider-Man ends, but Marvel's biggest Ultimate event is just beginning, because we had done stuff with the Ultimate Spider-Man issue 24, the final issue of Jonathan Hickman and Mark Cecchito's hit run. So we'll see how that works out. The finale promises a powerful send-off for Peter Parker's multi-generational family saga touching the lives of Mary Jane, Richard, May, Uncle Ben, Gwen Stacy, and Harry Osborn. This was everything that I pitched, Hickman said. It's been really nice to execute the plan, and fans of the Ultimate Universe are going to love it. But the biggest announcement, Ultimate Endgame, a 5-issue crossover event launching this December, from writer Denise Camp and artist Jonas Scharf. The series brings together characters from all 5 Ultimate titles for the first time. Cool. And marks the long-awaited return of the Maker. After 2 years locked away, the villain is ready to reclaim the world he once ruled, setting the stage for a universe-shaking showdown. This is the craziest and most impactful crossover I've worked on, Camp said. It's big, it's dramatic, and with the Ultimate Universe, you could actually change things in huge ways. Camp went on to say says Incursion affects 616 and 6160. It has a bigger impact than most people know. They're also treated to a first look at issue 24 with the words "The End" on the slide, and Endgame, Ultimate Endgame issue 1, including a dazzling foil variant covered by Derek Chu. Yeah. So we'll see how that works out. I've known that... I've been enjoying Ultimate Spider-Man, so we'll see how this... I don't think that they're just going to randomly kill it. They might reconfigure the line or whatnot. I've heard a lot of good stuff about Ultimate Spider-Man, and I've been liking what they've been doing with Ultimate Spider-Man so far. So we'll see how this kind of works out for them. If it's the end, or how they're going to be going kind of forward with that. Yeah. Also, evidently, we got some stuff on Avatar 7 Havens. I saw a little bit of a picture for stuff that was going on, but that was pretty much... Let me see. Has two... Oh, that was from February of 2025. Why did you... Here we go. New art. I thought that the thing that I would frickin' just click on would do it, but that looks really kind of cool. I'm like, alright, we'll see what goes on there. Sorry about that. I'm reading this stuff and I'm like, what the hell? I already talked about this, you asshole. What the fuck? We're also getting a Rick and Morty spinoff that will follow the adventures of Keith David's President Curtis. So let's crack into this one. Stephanie Beatriz, and Jim Rash will play as eccentric staff members. Yeah, good luck with you guys. Now we'll be handing America's response to more weird science fiction crises on his own TV show. Okay, I'm glad that they're doing it because that just sounds like they should have been doing it before. Oh God. Okay. President Curtis has always been a blast to play, David said in a statement. Getting to explore his world more deeply in this new series is a dream. I can't wait for fans to see what kind of chaos he stirs up when Rick isn't around to steal the spotlight. Actually, I'm with you there, Keith David. I mean, I've been a fan of him for mainly the one that I usually think about is as Arbiter from Halo, but I mean, I loved him in Saints Row. I loved him as the president in Rick and Morty. I'm with you there, man. We don't have a word yet on the release date. This is the third spinoff of Rick and Morty. With Adult Swim also releasing a 10-episode series based on Rick and Morty's bizarre superhero group, The Vindicators, in 2022, and Rick and Morty, the anime, premiering in 2024. All right. What other things are you... Oh, Gundam Wing got mentioned there. Of course, we've got an Aztec Batman going on. That's pretty interesting. 99. Got stuff on Gen V Season 2. Weird. Oh yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, X-Godzilla, just Zilla and one guy that I talked to about comic books and stuff brought that up as well, and I'm like, yeah, shout out. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool. I liked seeing a lot of Godzilla stuff, and Godzilla and Turtles really kind of cool. Let's see. Of course, that's where I hit that. So yeah, those are the main ones. I'm really excited to see what's going to be going on with the Marvel stuff. Especially with One World Under Doom and the Imperial stuff. Those have been the really big events that I've been really happy with Marvel, and I'm glad that we're spinning out more interesting stuff on that front, especially that Imperial with the one-shots and even setting up new series for these cosmic events sounds pretty cool. The Age of Revelation, I'm glad they're committing to it for the people, but I think that's a lot for the if you're a fan of X-Men, there are already a lot of X-Men comics that you're going for, and then trying to expand that out like that, we'll have to see how that goes. I was not expecting Ultimate Spider-Man to have an end like that, and then of course getting Ultimate Endgame. I think it's interesting that the movies have now informed it that we're getting Ultimate Endgame like that, so we'll see how that kind of works out. I think that the Ultimate Universe, for the most part, has been working out pretty well enough, even though I've not checked out Ultimate Wolverine yet. I've liked Ultimate Spider-Man and the Ultimates. I think those are the two strongest pillar titles. Ultimate Black Panther is like, alright, and Ultimate X-Men did not grab me at all, so we'll see how it kind of works out for them on those fronts. The Rick and Morty one I'm really looking forward to, and Supernatural I'm definitely going to be looking into as well. We'll have to see how the Captain America 1776 kind of one works out on that front. Mainly because I had like I had the bad experience with JMS doing Cap series. Not that it was the worst. It wasn't really one of my favorite ones. So we'll see how that kind of works out. So those are my impressions on these announcements. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked them, if you didn't like them, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.